Hello everyone, it's Blake today, and I'm gonna be telling a story today. So I'm sure y'all ready. I'm sure, at least I hope y'all are ready for this. But it's gonna be kind of a long story short. All right. So it's this counselor I met, right? And his name was Nick. And I discharged a fire extinguisher in his office, and the name of the place was West Houston Counseling Center. And basically, when the counselor comes out, and his name is Nick, he basically comes out and he sees like the fire extinguisher, mess, you know what I'm talking about? And basically, we walk into his room, we walk very calm, and then basically once he like closes the door, here he walks up to me like this. And he says, "Nick is angry." And then he starts jumping up and down, screaming and yelling. And like he makes a mess in his room. He ran out. He ran in the other offices and made a mess. And basically, this is Nick's word. Now, these are Nick's words, not mine. Nick said, "I don't want to clean up a smaller mess, so I will make a bigger mess. That will help for sure." But y'all, doesn't make sense, does it? But in his head, it did. So basically, he's making a big mess. He's throwing things. He goes and makes a mess in the lobby. And basically, it was all over a fire extinguisher. And then basically, he laid on the floor and kicked his feet. He screamed and yelled. And then basically me and him go to watch the video on the security camera. You know what I mean? And basically he watches it, and he says, "Gee, I wish I shouldn't have done that." And he turned red because he was embarrassed, and he was embarrassed at his behavior. So y'all, this is a true story. And this guy, his name was Nick, and he was like 30 at the time. And it was on December 12th, 2022 is when this guy threw a tantrum. And I think it's hilarious to talk about it because it's a grown man and he acted like a toddler. He acted like he was like 6 or something, or 5 or however, and he threw a tantrum. So the name of the counselor, his name was Nicholas Newland. So if y'all ever want to Google him, you have to look up Nicholas Newland, West Houston Counseling Center, and I'll give his description. He has like brown hair, kind of like a flat top, and a beard, and he has like a purplish shirt. And there's another picture of him. He has like a blue plaid shirt, and he has like a beard, like brown hair, and I think he may have jeans on. I don't know, but so you may consider, if you live in the Houston area, if you live in like Katy, because that's where this happened, Katy, Texas. It's near Richmond, and it's in like the Houston area. And basically, if you ever ask Nick the story, he will tell you the truth. But anyway, that was the story of Nick from West Houston Counseling Center in Katy, Texas. And if you're an adult watching this, tell me if you've ever acted like a toddler having a tantrum. And it was the most funniest thing that ever happened. And while Nick was throwing his tantrum because it was Christmas time, and basically he even threw the Christmas tree. Yeah, and basically now, anytime I hear, and there was this police officer it wasn't a police officer, it was a deputy sheriff, and basically he watched Nick throw his tantrum, and he made this face. And I'm sure the construction workers, I'm sure they heard it, I'm sure they thought, what's all that ruckus? And basically, so basically, and I'm sure they're like onlookers. I'm sure they watched him. I'm sure they thought, how childish is he acting? And like when Nick saw the police officer, he said, Nick doesn't want to get arrested. Nick is sorry. Yeah. But y'all, in my head, I think I think he just snapped. Just like, snapped, just like that. But y'all, this actually happened. It's real. If you ever ask him, it happened. And Nick knows me. So if you are one of his clients, tell him about me. Tell him about this story, and tell them the name of. Tell them my name, because like he'll remember me. And like, yeah. So y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. No, this is a real story that happened. Kind of shocking. But I laughed the entire time. But yeah, so y'all, that was the story. You know, in my opinion, I think Nick just kind of like snapped, you know. And I think he might have been having a flashback from his childhood, or maybe spoken to third person to help him understand himself better. But anyway, it happened. It actually did happen. But yeah, it actually happened. So, yeah. And please like and subscribe to my channel. Again, like I do a bunch of stuff. I do music. I do shorts. I do stories like this. I do all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So like I said, if you ever see Nick, please tell him about me and tell him about this video I made, and you should even show it to him. You know. If you have like an iPhone, you should show it to him, because I'm sure that Nick, I'm sure he'd be pleased to know that I'm thinking about him and I remember his tantrum. But yeah. So y'all, that was my video. Thank y'all for watching. My name is Blake. No, just a little quick thing about me. My name is Blake. I've never dated anyone. I'm 15 years old. And my favorite band is Nirvana. You can see here. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what album. Well, I mean, I recognize the face, but if you look at the logo, to me, like with the flowers and everything, because there's a song called "In Bloom." I think that might be it. I don't know, but I know there's an album that has like black and has like this on it, so I don't know what it is. Or they might have played in a concert in Hawaii, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So like I said, I'm Blake. I'm 15 years old. I was born on May 5th, 2009. I live in Allen, Texas, as of right now. I might move soon, I might not. I'm not telling you exactly where I live because it's kind of personal, you know what I mean? But y'all, thank y'all for watching my video. I'd really appreciate if this video gets 1 million views. But yeah, I'm a really nice guy. But yeah, I'm a really nice guy. Do you want a girlfriend? I want a pretty. I want my pretty. Like Taylor Swift or something like that. But like I said, my channel is all about comedy music, blah blah, whatever the fuck. And anyway, so yeah. So thank y'all for watching. Thank you. So bye, peace out. I will catch y'all next time. Peace out.